Hi guys, welcome to today's reading. So today we're just going to be talking about a message that is meant to find you. So anything may come up in this reading. We have three piles that you can pick from. So this is pile one, pile two, and pile three. So take as long as you need to pick your pile. You can pause the video here. And when you feel like you know what pile you want to pick, there will be timestamps in the description box. So I'm looking forward to today's reading, and I will see you at your pile. Hi, pile one. Welcome to your reading today. So this is just going to be a message that was meant to find you. Anything may come up. We're going to start off with some oracle cards and then see how it goes from there. So you guys have three cards that we're starting off with. The first card is kind of like the central theme, and everything else will kind of build from there. So let's see what cards you guys have today. So we have this card here, Jazelig. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Um, and then we have Warmth. And the last card you have here is Creative. Okay, so this first card here, Gezellig, it's a Dutch word. It doesn't necessarily have, or I guess like in trying to describe this word or like look up what the meaning was, I kind of got the sense that like there's not necessarily like a direct translation for this word, but I think the general sense of the meaning and how it would apply to um, what I'd share today would kind of be like something that's like gives the feeling of like warm and cozy and homey, whether that's like a place, an experience, or something that you would experience with other people. So, for example, like a cozy coffee shop could be considered this word. But you wouldn't consider like a doctor's office that word. Going out to the movies with friends could, you could use this term, but you probably wouldn't use it to describe like the experience for like a tax day. So I think that, this word, and then having the word warmth to kind of like clarify that meaning reminds me of a feeling of I would say kinship within friendships, if that makes sense. Like there's this sense of wanting to create relationships, intimate relationships. When I say intimate, not so much romantic, but intimate in the sense of there's a sharing of vulnerability, a sharing of openness, honesty, a sharing of like your authentic self amongst a small group of people. Not that you can't do this with a large group of people, but I feel like for the people in this group, there's a desire to create that sense of warmth amongst one, two, three, four, like five or less people. This kind of feels like doesn't have to be that specific, but it feels like coziness amongst a group. Um, so I'm kind of curious as to why this is important. So I want to pull a clarifying card just to kind of get a sense of why this is important for you guys in this time and moment, or why you are desiring to do that in this time and moment. Just going to shuffle this real quick to see what clarifying cards you get. And we're just going to take one card right out of the deck. All right, so the card you got here was Message in a Bottle. So let's see how this kind of relates to the experience that you're wanting to have. So I'm going to read this one right out of the book here. Okay, so the message here says the essential meanings for this card is communication, a sign, a Cleton, the ancient name for a spontaneous oracle delivered innocently by the speaker, pointing the way to your highest good. Spirit sends you signs when you ask for them, when you believe you will receive them, and when you allow yourself to become fluent in the language of symbols, oracles, and omens. They may come to you as a bird flying by, a logo on a truck, and a song on the radio. Expect confirmation that you're pointed in the right direction. Keep your ears open for someone might say just the right thing that will give you the answer to your query. Today your message is this: Spirit hears you and the reply is favorable. And I'll also read the relationship message here. You can expect someone to favor you with positive news. This could be in the form of a letter, phone call, or email. You are the intended receiver of this message, so stay open to what you learn. Only good will come out of it in the end. The signs are all there. So I feel like this card is just wanting to tell you guys that whatever desire you've been feeling for connection, but a connection that really gives you like good energy, good vibes, it's uplifting. You get to do sort of activities that feel like they click with you. Like I feel like this group likes to do things like read books by like the fireplace, or like trying to get like warm and cozy under a blanket on the couch, sharing meals with people, cooking meals with people, trying new recipes, using candles, just like, those things that we associate with being cozy, or whatever you personally associate with being cozy, and wanting to share that with others. So I feel like this is just saying like, whether it's you recognizing that you have that desire and being willing to be open to it, or if you believe in something outside of yourself confirming this, whatever that is for you, just kind of being like recognition, like, okay, you want this, or we know you want this, and just kind of being confirmation of that. So let's see what else you guys get. That's kind of important to mention in this reading. All right, so we're just going to take one card from here as it comes out. I feel like it's this card here. We have the Rainbow Reviver. The Rainbow Reviver reminds me of someone who may benefit or may feel that they would benefit from doing cozy things just on their own. So this could be speaking directly to people who maybe you aren't necessarily looking to do certain things with others, but more so with yourself. So this would be talking about just thinking in terms of what things would make you feel cozy and relaxed and like you're unwinding. Whether that's like going out for a walk, or going to that coffee shop that we talked about, or soaking your feet in hot, warm water, anything like that. That's kind of what it makes me think of. So the last cards I want to pull for you guys are oracle cards to kind of get some information on anything that may be in the way of you feeling like you can do this, or anything that's kind of been a hindrance for you trying to do this. So let's see. Okay, so the two cards that you guys got kind of clarifying like what may be hindrances, what may be blockages to this. So the first one is indecision. I use my intuition in all aspects of life. I'll put this one here. And then we also have fear. I realize that I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. So I feel like these cards are talking about there's an aspect of like very clearly the word there, indecision. Like there's sort of like a internal back and forth about or not internal back and forth, but like a desire that you have to do this, but that being blocked by a lack of action. And I think that's coming from a fear that you won't get whatever it is that you're hoping to get out of something. So maybe you're hoping, maybe for example, you want to get out more because you want to make friends, for example, and you fear that if you were to go out to try and make friends, that you wouldn't be welcomed by whoever you are trying to connect with. This could also be like, thinking like, hey, it would be really nice if I could like read a book and be cozy on the couch, but then you never decide to actually do that thing because you have like a worry that it won't actually be as helpful as you're hoping it is going to be. So why even, partake in the activity? Why even go out and buy that book to sit down on the couch with? Why buy that throw blanket to sit down on the couch with? So I hope that example kind of gives like, some clarity on what this kind of seems like. It seems like there's a distinction between what you want and not taking action to do it. And it um, it feels like whoever is in this pile, it feels really big and like a big decision. I feel like a lot of these things feel like really big decisions, even if like on paper a lot of people may think like, oh well, it was just buying a book and relaxing, but for some reason for you guys, um is just a big decision for you. I think for some of you guys there may be sort of a belief that like, I'm hearing for some it's like, well, I don't deserve to get to relax. um I'm not deserving of being able to just have fun or enjoy my own company or enjoy the company of others. I think there may be a belief that like you have to, not that you have to, but something here just about like not being able to just let your hair down and just do nothing, or do something so simple but so relaxing. There's something here about um, not feeling like you can do this. So um, take this as you feel would be helpful. And then two, like, um, if you're able to find time to kind of think of things maybe that are already within your routine that maybe you could make into a relaxing event without feeling like you have to create something new to do, to maybe help you to get to that point of doing new things that are also relaxing. So, for example, and so these are examples. So maybe you um, brush your teeth every morning and you use a certain toothpaste. Maybe there's like a flavor of toothpaste that like would make you feel like this is self-care. Maybe when you already take your nightly shower or your morning shower, putting some essential oils, um, you know, in a bath that you take or in a diffuser that you already have at home. Maybe, if you like to make tea regularly, um, like putting, for example, say if you like made lemon tea regularly, throwing the lemon tea, the lemon skins into a pot of water with like one or two cinnamon sticks and just letting that boil on the stove and kind of like filling up your home with like good relaxing scents. Just things that you kind of are already doing, but you can adjust in a way to make it feel more relaxing for you, to kind of help you get more comfortable with doing things that feel like self care, that feel cozy. And the reason I keep saying cozy is because I feel like it it very clearly defines the feeling that you're trying to get, that I think would be very very healing in some way, and not healing in like a like generic sense, but like something about it would take a weight off of your shoulders, make you feel like I can breathe a little lighter, I can breathe a little bit better. I feel a little bit better because I did this one thing, this one small thing, a little bit differently or in addition to something I'd already do. So yeah, so if you have an idea of what that may look like, what's an adjustment that you think you would consider making that's small and already a part of a routine that you have? I would love to hear about it in the comment section, and maybe it'll also be helpful for other people who read this pile to kind of brainstorm and come up with some ideas. So yeah, pile one. This is all that I'm getting for you guys this reading. Um, Thank you for being here. I hope that you found this confirming for what you've been feeling, for what you've been experiencing. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next reading. Bye, Pile 1. Hi, Pile 2. Welcome to your reading today. So today is just a general reading about just a message that is meant for you to hear. We'll pull some oracle cards for you guys, and then we'll just go from there. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, so the first card you guys have here is Express. We have Intuition. So we'll start with these two cards, and then continue from there. Okay, so the first thing I'm picking up with these two cards is a need to act out on your gut feelings. I feel like there's some disconnect here between um, desires that you have for certain behaviors you want to participate in or partake in or do, um, and then needing to actually express that in some way. So, this could be a lot of things. This could be a desire for the way you want to present with the clothes that you wear, or maybe you want to wear makeup, or maybe you want to use certain scents, and there's a feeling that you can't do that for one reason or another, or some hesitation on can I do this. For some of you, this could have to do with gender identity and wanting to express that in a way that feels authentic to you. Um, and so that kind of tying into intuition in the sense of like something that's very intrinsic and internal, but needing it to be external, needing it to be displayed in some way as a acknowledgement of this is who I am. This is the person that I am. These are the things that I like. This could be uh, verbalness about a friend group or verbalness about a certain relationship that you're in. And not to say that for like the relationship portion that there's a need to be open about a specific relationship, but there may be a desire to express certain things within that relationship. So maybe for some of you, this is wanting to bring a partner home to the family or introduce a partner to friends. As a way to kind of like express how you're feeling about this person, as sort of like a timestamp of, um, this kind of cements how I'm feeling about this person. Or again, if we're using an example of like personal expression, cementing this is the person that I am, this is the person that I want to be. And so by doing this thing, I'm kind of putting my stamp out into the world. It's like, this is me. I'm not, I'm shameless about it. Even if there's like, hesitation or fear or anxiety about it, there's still this recognition of, I am this person. I am with this person. This is my personality. So the next card you have here is spacious. Um, this card makes me think of um, like a back and forth energy for some. I don't feel like this is an internal energy though. I feel like this is you and then something outside of yourself. So this could be like you are um, you are well aware of who you are as a person, and then someone outside of you questioning that or making you feel like you need to question that. Um, Almost as if like they know you better than you, which we obviously know is in this case is definitely, I feel like that's not true. You know you best, you know who you are best. For some of you this could be because this other person um is not able to make that shift and change that you've made internally. So maybe they met you at a certain stage in life where, for example, say you, and this is like just an example. I'm going to try to dramatize this example a little bit to kind of get the point across. But, say they met you when you were really big on like, gothic era clothing, right? Like you like to be all black down, nails black, hair black, you dye it black if it wasn't already. Um, just kind of like embodying everything gothic era. And then later in life, you decided, hey, you know what? I'm really liking this boho chic look. I want to rock that. And I want to, just be rocking that style, that fit. And this person kind of comes in and is like, well, that's not you. That's not really you. Like, and it's kind of an energy of, well, it is me because I said it to me because I'm allowed to change when I want and how I want. And because of that internal shift, using the same example, let's say that, with this old style of dress that you had, this older style of dress, internally you felt a certain way. Internally, you were in a certain stage of life. And so you have grown, you've changed, you've progressed, you're a different person now, and not in a positive or negative way, just as it just is way, in the way of life, in the way of people changing. You have changed and I'm a new person, and so I'm expressing myself differently. And I think the spacious card speaks to people in your life needing to give you the space to make that change and to also allow you to have that change be both internal and external. Like there's this feeling that you need to be able to visually see the change that you feel internally, because it feels like you're willing to give yourself the space to do that, but there may be people in your life who you feel like aren't giving you that same space to do that. So the next card we have here is Solitude. I'll say really quickly before I flip this last card, I feel like solitude is briefly talking about possibly needing to take space from whoever this person or persons are. And this doesn't mean cutting them out of your life. If you feel like that's what resonates with you, then you know yourself best. But for some of you, this just means maybe needing to distance yourself if you feel like their voice is voice figuratively is so loud that it makes you feel uncomfortable or not safe to kind of be yourself. Maybe taking enough space back to where you get comfortable in this new sense of being, and then you let this person back into your life, back into your world, into your sphere, your circle, as this new person fully embodying whatever these things are, and then kind of just being like, take it or leave it, like this is me. I've changed. That's okay. That's normal. um, don't shame me over it, that sort of thing. And this last card we have here, humor. And I feel like this is kind of talking about, in relation to solitude, like it, I think it's talking about whatever this is for you, like not it doesn't give you a sense of heaviness. Like it kind of lightens whatever may have been feeling like a burden. Like I feel like there would have been burden existing from a mismatch of an internal state and out an external state. You know what I mean? Like if for example you identified with a certain gender or with a certain sexual identity, but you weren't able to express that outwardly, that could feel burdensome. And so needing to lighten that and having more consistency between the internal state and external state. I hope that makes sense. So I feel like that is what these cards are talking about. So I want to pull one card for you guys just as a some words of comfort during this time for you. So let's see what kind of comes up as words of comfort in this time for you guys. Okay, so the card that you guys got here is Naked Before the Stars. So let's just read that for you guys. Okay, so the card again is this one. So it says the stage is acceptance, accepting our own beauty in size, color, age, and fat. A beautiful curvy woman wears lacy lingerie. One is a black corset, and she kneels in her full sensuality under the lights of a million artificial stars. Sentence. There is no perfection that is worth enough. There is imperfection as proud as the heavens. What do you see when you look in a mirror? Do we see something we like or something we dislike? Something we care or something we are slave of? What do we conquer ourselves to? To the stars of a media firmament leaking into our real life? To the social models? To the beauty queens and kings of the eternal pageant? To our inner self? To the idea we had when we were younger? To the eyes of the people loving us? I wonder what feelings the words curvy, cute, chubby, fatty, rounded arouse within us. If a smile, or distaste, or recognition, the quest for beauty is not an empty quest. Even if beauty is not as deep as the ocean, still when we shine, our world becomes brighter. But we will always feel naked in front of the stars. We should just learn not to blush and stand proudly. I love this card for you guys. I feel like it totally embodies the essence of this reading and what it was about for you. Like there's no shame in who you are, whether or not other people decide to see that as true. I think you guys know that it's true. This reading is confirmation that it's true. You are beautiful as you are, whatever that looks like, whatever that feels like internally. And you guys are showing that shit off for the world. Like, can we get a round of applause for this group? Like, give yourself a pat on the back, please. Like, this is not easy stuff. I would say in my experience, it is not easy stuff. I don't know how you guys feel about it. That could be very different. Everyone is different in their experiences with this, but I want to give you guys a pat on the back. Um, it takes courage. It takes courage to embody who you are internally and to let the world see it and to know that you and of yourself are imperfectly perfect. And that is perfect in and of itself. So I love this reading for you guys. Please let me know if you feel like this resonated in the comments and if you feel like sharing a little bit about what this reading represented for you specifically. I'd love to hear that. Thank you for being here. Thank you for trusting me to share this experience with you and to be the person to offer confirmation of your experiences, of your feelings, your emotions. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next reading. Bye, Pile 2. Hi, Pile 3. Welcome to your reading. So today is a message about basically something that is important for you to hear right now, a message of confirmation for you, something that you're ready to hear. We'll start off with some oracle cards and then go from there. So let's see what oracle cards you guys have. Okay, pile three. So we're going to start off with two readings for you guys. Under the deck, we have empathy. So I feel like in some way, the theme of empathy is going to be kind of like an undercurrent to whatever else comes up for you guys today. So let's see what your first card is. So we have love and soften. So I want to pull another clarifying oracle card before we get started from this deck. And we're also going to pick an oracle card from this deck right here. Okay, all right. So I actually want to start with the message here and then build on it with these oracle cards. So this card we have here is flexible, but in reverse. So let's get the book for that one. Okay, so the essential meanings for this card, flexible, are teachability, open mindedness, being adaptable without compromising what's most important. Um, I feel like I want to read the relationship message to this one, but we're also going to read the reverse message. Um, So let's see. In every relationship, it's important to be open to new experiences and learning new things. Letting go of rigidity is what's required right now. You don't always have to be right all the time, do you? It's okay to come to a happy compromise. You can still get your needs met. It's a beautiful day when you meet halfway. The appearance of this card in a reading could also signal that you have met someone new who may not be your type, but who will turn out to be so special that you can easily release your old ideas about what sort of partner is right for you. Be flexible. You'll be happy you made that choice. And so in reverse, the protection message says, when you or someone else becomes too rigid, you lose the access to growth and untapped potential and find yourself in an us versus them scenario. Loosen up, open your mind and heart, and see if a more flexible approach feels better. Rigidity will set you up for a fight where there are only losers and no winners. Could you find a way to bring about a result that is mutually beneficial? Meet in the middle. Spirit makes a great mediator. Okay. So we do have these two cards here, but I'm going to wait to read these from the book. So, um, what I'm getting for you guys right now is a sense of needing to or feeling like you may desire or maybe struggling with wanting to open up to someone. This could be someone that maybe has shown some interest in being a friend, shown interest in being a lover, and I think just like this card said, like in one way or another, this person isn't who you may have initially thought would be your type, like your type of friend, your type of partner. But I think some experience that you're having is making you question whether or not you want to dive into this. So I feel like this reading is coming at this time. This message is meant for you as confirmation of that feeling of you wanting to dive into this, to explore this. Um, this message isn't giving anything about like you have to do this, you need to do this, you should do this. I think this is just kind of like recognizing the conflicting feeling that you've had and kind of saying like it's okay to explore if you're wanting to explore this, because there could be something here that in softening up, you can experience a level of empathy from this person. Maybe they have shared experiences, or even if not shared experiences, maybe in the way that they communicate to you makes you feel welcomed, makes you feel understood. I feel like for this person, the way that they talk to you makes you feel not judged, makes you feel accepted, makes you feel comforted. And I think this experience is this experience with this person kind of opens you up a bit so that you're available for relationships in general, whether this is deeper relationships with loved ones and a family. Like, I feel like for some of you, maybe you didn't grow up in a household where you verbally expressed love, but this is something that maybe you like. And so, because of your experience with this person, maybe they're like, hey bestie, I love you so much. And like, maybe in the beginning this was like really weird for you to say I love you to someone, but because of their like comfort with this, their relaxed way of doing this, you've found yourself also saying like love you too bestie, but then like going home to like a parent or like a sibling and being like love you sis. Sorry, my cat is like scratching a bag in the background. Okay, I think she's stopping. But yeah, like something about this, making you feel more comfortable to express love, to express empathy with others, and also to receive that. I think for some of you guys, although you may have not grown up in a home, maybe that was verbally expressive of love, I think you knew for some that you were loved. But I think as an adult, maybe you want to have that be more verbal or more physical. Maybe you would like to give hugs to your parents or like to tell your parents, I love you. And so I think you have this external person kind of coming into your life, making you feel more comfortable to do these things. And then in turn, you're going to be the person who is making people who have already been in your life feel more comfortable, if that makes sense. So there's kind of like in opening up to this new relationship, you're going to be able to open up even more in existing relationships. So I think this is what this is talking about a lot. And so, to whatever degree you feel comfortable, finding a balance of openness and flexibility and expressing that will allow you to benefit from it in one way or another. So let's see what extra clarifying cards we have here. So we're going to read both of these from the book, okay? So the first one we have here is Downcast Pride. And for some reason, I feel like, I don't know if they have a reverse meaning, but something about this makes me want to put that in reverse. And then we have Black Flower Fragrance. And also kind of something about these cards make me want to put them in reverse. I think for both of these, it doesn't feel like a lot of resistance to whatever these messages are holding for you. So I think that's partly why these cards are in reverse in my mind. I know for some cards, when they are in reverse, there is a level of resistance, but for some reason, this is not a level of resistance for you guys. And I also feel like for whatever these cards meanings are going to be, it is two separate sides of a token. So I think they're going to talk about two different important factors within whatever it is that you're experiencing here. The stage is anger. The world is unfair. Fuck off, dear world. Fuck you. A beautiful woman, her face with a hint of resolve, holds a strange black rose on her chest. It seems to explode like a crystal, each petal an obsidian shard. If we want to go dark, go black. Don't stop to the evening, but embrace the night. Love is not a white dove, nor it turns people into angels. Love can be ugly, love can be cheap, love can be rotten, but even ugly love has a right to exist. Even cheap love can raise to the sky. Even rotten love has the dignity of eternity. Even a black rose by any other name should still smell as sweet. Even if you are wrong, you still have the right to be angry. Even if you are not perfect, you have the right to be respected. Even if you are stupid, you have the right to be listened to. Even if you are lucky, you have the right to complain. Even if you are rich, you have the right to be sad. If you cannot shine because you are beautiful, then shine even if you are ugly. Shine because you are ugly. gorgeously black, ugly as love, worn out as an angel, cheap as a crown, unconquered as a fragrance in the night. I feel like for you guys, this card is I feel like for you guys, this card is really talking about the dichotomy between love is what you saw it growing up, and then love is what you want to see it now. And some recognition of, I recognize that the love that I experienced when I was a kid looked a certain way. And now, as I'm getting older, I want it to look a different way, or I want it to look the same way with some adjustments. And kind of like acknowledging that, yes, that was love for me in the past, or for some of you saying in the past, that's not love for me. I don't see that as love, and saying, this is what I see as love. Or for some saying, this is what I also see as love. And acknowledgement that this is an experience that I want to. And allowing it to kind of to be that thing, allowing people to come in, allowing you to have experiences where you are open to different types of love, different looks of love, different expressions of love, whatever that may be, but recognizing that you get to say what love is for you, and expressing it whichever way you choose. So let's see this card here. Okay, downcast pride. So this stage is depression. Bending to adapt becomes an excuse for the habit of bending. The eyes, dark with dried blood tears, look downwards. The face of a dark-skinned, beautiful elf with gold laurels among her hair is stern and motionless. Roots plunge into her body from a golden collar. The sky behind her is gray as concrete. The root of sadness and grief is deeper than the skin. The only delusion is the gray sky. Survival is a direct consequence of adaptation. What we call adaptation is not the result of a subtle but constantly constructive change of ourselves, but rather a mockery of it as we strip day to day of our dignity in order to avoid conflict with a world that would spread us apart. How can we endure this? Maybe through the power of responsibility, or through an hidden core of identity. Let me read that again. Or through a hidden core of identity. Sometimes we don't use the best part of us, but rather we draw from the ugliest. We survive and bend our knees because we draw out from our laziness, fear, and disgust. We let our deepest roots go dry, replaced by what can only be called a surge of lack of self-esteem. We are deluded when we think that we are only sacrificing our pride. We cling to vanity, but we can't afford dignity. Isn't it sad? Honestly, the true delusion is our faith in fall and winter, while we discard spring and summer as fairy tales. The sky can change color too. As long as we sometimes look up, we can notice. I think this card for you guys is highlighting an idea that love is, or love can be, both ugly and beautiful. Like, in the sense of, if you've ever heard the saying that the thing that makes you happy can also be the thing that makes you the saddest. Sort of like that experience of like, um, I guess I can give an example of like, I love my mom to death. We have a really good relationship, but we've had arguments, right? Like, I feel like it's talking about like that dichotomy of um, love being not just spring and summer, but also fall and winter. Like, just like the card says, like acknowledging not just the one, but the two. And in some way, this being of importance to this group, in recognizing that maybe we've had disagreements with loved ones, but they still love us, right? Like, in whichever way this resonates with you, or is confirmation for you. Something here about like all the facets of love. I feel like this is discussing like all of the good, the bad, the pretty, the ugly of love in relationships. And this this playing a part in what you are going to experience, I think. So maybe you have a friend and just recently you had your first argument and made up, and now you have this experience of like, okay, like I can care for someone, I can love someone, we can argue and it's not the end of the world. Like I feel like that this is what this is talking about. um Anything else for this pile? Um, yeah, I think for some of you, you may feel like you're having to dig really deep to internalize this experience. Um, I'm proud of you guys. Like, this is not an easy one. This is not an easy one um, to do, to kind of to go through the difficult emotions of something that can also be really positive. I think it's hard to experience the full spectrum of something, especially something as important as love and intimacy, connection, expression, physical expressions of care and love, being able to experience this spectrum of all of those things that can be difficult. So good job. Thumbs up for you guys. You guys are doing great work. You guys are really taking care of yourselves, and allowing yourselves to experience this, because I think for some of you, um, you're wanting to experience love in a way that feels good for you, that feels right for you, that feels like it's time for me to experience this. Like, my time is here. My people are here. I'm opening up to this. I'm softening into this. I'm experiencing the love that I want to experience. So, thank you, Pile 3, for being here. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of your experience of confirmation for what you're experiencing, for what you're feeling. If you feel like this reading related and you'd like to share in the comments what that experience specifically is for you, I'd love to hear it. And thank you again. Thank you for being you, for being willing to experience love. And I wish you the best on your journey, and I will see you in the next reading. Bye, guys.